Hey, what's going on? It's Matt. I thought this would be a great time to do a quick rundown of all the mods and additions that I've made to the new kayak, the Wilderness 135 Radar, or Radar 135. The reason why is because the last piece of what I immediately wanted to do to the boat came in yesterday, and I'm fishing tomorrow. So this is not going to be an overview on the boat again. I want to have it out in the water a couple more times before I do a full review on it. So far, I love it, but this is just what I've done to it so far. So I'm just going to do this bit by bit and piece by piece. So obviously, we'll start off at the bow. Okay, so front center hatch obviously is pretty standard. On the 135, it's the oval hatch, and on the 115, it is the circle hatch. But one of the things that Wilderness sells that's really super cool is this cooler. Now this just pops right in and out. It is a decent sized cooler. You can put your lunch and whatever you want to keep cold in there, but it really does kind of just allow you to have a cooler on the boat. Now, when I had the lure, I have a cooler that I bought at Dick's Sporting Goods that really just fit in the perfect spot, and when I got this kayak, it no longer worked. So just put this right back in, pulls right back out. Now, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see in here, but if you see that back there, that is a first aid kit, which if you've not seen that video, look it up. I'll link it up above, and then there's the tool kit underneath there. It is Velcroed to the hull of the boat so it doesn't move around. Just an idea to keep it, keep that stuff there. The medical kit for obvious reasons. One piece of advice I will give you: if you do have a medical kit on your kayak or boat or in your car, make sure you do update it once a year. Medicines go bad, things kind of get ruined in the heat or in the cold. The toolkit has basic stuff in there. It's also a survival kit. I've got a solar blanket in there, I've got a lighter, and I've got some other like water purification systems in there. So really, the next thing that I did put on was I did put on the kind of the YakAttack. It's the paddle holder, but I use it for my net. My net will go there. It does clear this little path right here, so it shouldn't be getting in the way. And on the other side, I have a Ram X mount. You can see it right there. For my cell phone, it's all the way down there in case I want to do some live streaming or what may have you. This, obviously, big piece of the equation. This is a Lowrance TI7. I went with the 7-inch. It is not a side scan. The reason why it's not a side scan is because it's in the sonar pod, or the OD pod is what I think they call it for Wilderness. And the reason why you can't really do side imaging, well, you can, but you'd have to put an extender, and I want to be able to run this boat up and not worry about the transducer hitting. This unit, though, if I do choose to go and get the side scan, I just need to get a new deucer. And to tag on to the unit, I mounted it with this YakAttack, the Roto one. I don't think it's called the Roto one, but it's the one you can rotate. You can move this side to side, and it stays in. And I mounted a Mighty mount onto the actual plate. And the reason why I did that is there's a distinct possibility that after I'm out on the water and get used to this, that when I might want to put it on a trail rack. And so I have the ability to do that. I just need to extend the cords in the back. Everything is done with the through hole. It's underneath the actual handle here. And if I want to put it on the track, all I need to do is just take this off, move it, like I said, extend the cords, but then I can put the X grip there, or I can even put another camera mount there. I can put another front GoPro there. Moving to the center hatch. This center hatch is great. However, it does not come with this insert. When you get the boat, basically, it just goes right directly into the hull. So if you want to put something in the center hatch, it's going to roll around and go all the way back. Got this center hatch insert from Wilderness Systems directly, or I think it's Harmony Gear that there actually is the person who distributes it for them. So this has been crucial. I've not yet to use this yet, so I'm pretty stoked to have it out on the water tomorrow and throw my keys in there. One of the things that I will say is that this leaks just a little, and it doesn't leak when water gets on top of it. It leaks if you don't wipe water off of it and then you open it, because it just kind of goes right into the hull. But it's not enough to really be concerned about. But In regards to keys and stuff like that, if I'm really concerned, I'll just put it in a dry bag and throw it in there. Next up are these Tiedowns from YakAttack, and they're kind of dual fold for me. And the reason why I say they're dual fold is because instead of marking where my seat goes every single time, I have them lined up to where once it hits these things on the seat, when I install the seat, when I hit the water, it stops right there, so I know I don't have to adjust the seat when I get onto the water, and it'll be perfect for when I start pedaling. Because I do car top my kayak, I take the seat off every single time. That being said as well, because this kayak really doesn't have any handles to kind of thread your nylon webbing through when you're tying it down to the roof of the car, I actually put them through these. Now, it's not load bearing and it's not stress bearing. This is really just a guide to keep it going back and forth. And it just gives me a little bit extra peace of mind, but trust me, do not use these because they are plastic just to kind of hold your kayak down, because my thoughts is that they will break. So 2 Scotty rod mounts. You know, I've had these for quite some time. A lot of people are saying, oh, you know, you should get like a bazooka tube or something like that from like YakAttack. I gotta be honest with you, these were completely and totally fine. They're in a great position. There's no point in going out and spending extra money when I just don't need to. And they work. And I'm not gonna do flush mounts, believe it or not. Gave a lot of thought to it, and I just really don't need to do it. These are fine, and I don't need these tracks back here for anything else. Moving to the back of this seat, this kayak has these little plastic storage bins up here. But, you know, what I found when I was pedaling is that my legs were hitting like the pliers and they were hitting the scissors. So I got this little add-on from Wilderness Systems. It's basically a four pocket pouch that goes on the back of the seat. I absolutely love it. Haven't had it on the water yet, but what's in here is just like, you know, there's like a leave in there, and there's like lip balm, and then there's the wacky rigging tool, and there's a knife, and there's a pair of snippers in there, and then pliers and regular scissors as well to cut line and stuff. So oddly enough, the way that this seat is designed, reaching over for me is very, very easy. So this was something that I knew that I was going to really want. So this was actually my first upgrade. I stopped off at Headwaters after having the boat the first day out on the water, and I upgraded the pedals to the mountain bike pedals that Dan sells in his shop. Matt put them in for me. Super friendly and super helpful. When you know, he just said, I'll do it for you right now. And so I had the drive unit there, and this makes a world, I mean just a world of difference. The surface area is much larger, and you just feel like you get that grip on the pedal, and it's just, you know, I'm a big guy, my feet aren't small either, so it really just does make, you know, the grip and the pedaling that much easier. So this, if you have this boat, you can upgrade the pedals on this particular drive. Highly recommend doing it. I think they were like 25 bucks at Headwaters, or you can buy them online. And last but not least, I bought the decking for the boat. And I gotta tell you, I installed it yesterday, and I just think it makes the boat just look so much more polished, makes it look fantastic. Wilderness makes this in a gray, in a black, and a gray that has like an orange piping around it. Candidly, the black and the one with the orange piping really is like $129, and the gray I found for 86 bucks. It was pre-cut, really simple install. If you're not following me on Instagram, go over there. It's still Yankee Tanker Outdoors. It took like an hour to do, but it just came out so nice. So like I said, this isn't really kind of a review of the boat. It's just kind of an overview of the mods that I did. If you have any questions or comments or have any other ideas for the boat, leave a comment down below. If you need to know where I got all this stuff, leave a comment down below. I check all the comments and I read all of them. Appreciate the support. I will do a review on this kayak probably about another week or 2 weeks. I want to have it on the water a couple more times, because kind of like how I did with the lure, the 5 things that I love about the lure and the 5 things that I hate about the lure, there's things about this kayak that I have issues with. Not major enough for me not to be like enamored with the kayak right now, but There's some things that I think that a manufacturer should take care of before the boat leaves the warehouse or it gets shipped. And there's just, it's minor things. Some of it's major actually, but it's not kind of swayed me from still loving this boat. Thanks for watching these things. I will be out on the water on the next video. I look forward to it. I'm hitting the water with, I think, Chris and Bet and Josh at a local lake. Well, not local, it's like 2 hours away, but I'll see you then. Bye.